Hi there, my name is Dickson Wong. I am an award-winning and multilingual tutor at the Profs, having graduated from the LSE. I specialize in subject tutoring in economics, maths, and Mandarin for GCSE and A levels, as well as the 11+, 13+, 16+ ISEB and CAP4 entrance exams for the UK's most competitive independent and grammar school admissions. Students that I've tutored have gained entry to or are currently studying at top UK schools such as King's Wimbledon, St. Paul's, Dulwich College, Wycombe Abbey, Cheltenham Ladies College, etc. And in some of the best UK universities, including Oxford, Cambridge, the LSE, UCL, King's College London, etc. 97% of my A-level students achieve at least a grade B or higher, with 72% achieving A stars and A's. And I boast a 100% success rate when it comes to my GCSE students achieving at least a grade 6. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 essential tips to help you effectively revise for your GCSE exams. These strategies can make a big difference in how well you understand, retain, and apply what you learn. By the end, you'll be better equipped to tackle your exams with capacity and confidence. Tip number 1, create a study plan. Without a plan, student could feel like a ship lost at sea, drifting wherever the currents of panic and procrastination take them. Hence, the first key to successful revision at the GCSE is organization. A solid study plan will be your map to keep you on track and help you manage your time effectively. The GCSE cover 9 to 10 subjects, which is a lot, and so it's easy to be overwhelmed by the sheer volume of the volume. To avoid this, number 1, create a timetable. Identify how much time you have before the exams and break down your revision into manageable chunks. Allocate specific time slots to each subject based on their difficulty and the amount of content. And then prioritize. Focus more time on the subjects or the topics that you find the hardest. This approach ensures that you are reallocating time away from what you are already comfortable towards the things that you find the hardest. 3, set clear goals. Define what you want to achieve in each revision hour. For example, revise quadratic equations and then solve 10 exam-style questions. That goal is specific, measurable, and achievable. It is far too easy to let procrastination creeps in the face of enormous tasks, which is why having a key structure to break everything up to bite-sized chunks can solve this problem. You know exactly what needs to be done and see yourself progress as you take the revision task off your to-do list. Tip number 2, active, not passive revision. Have you ever found yourself staring at the same page over and over again and nothing is going in? Well, then this tip may be for you. Active revision techniques such as, say, doing questions and teaching others are scientifically proven to be more effective in information retention than just passively reading and listening. Try a technique called active recall. Instead of passively reading from your notes, actively test yourself regularly. Ask questions like, what are the government's main macroeconomic objectives? Or how do I calculate the probability of an event? Or how do I say 9 in German? By doing this, even if you had to peek periodically at your notes, but because you're forcing your brain to actively engage with the material, it makes it more likely that you remember afterwards. And then also try spaced repetition. That means reviewing the materials at increasing intervals. For example, when you study a topic today, review it tomorrow, and then a few days later, and then a week later, and then a few weeks later, and so on. This will help transfer information from the short-term memory to the long-term memory. An example of spaced repetition might be the use of flashcards to write down the vocabulary of a language, and then seeing how many of those you can still recall by the end of those intervals that I just mentioned. So please remember, active recalling information challenges your brain, thereby improves memory retention, while spaced repetition push back against the human tendency to forget things when left untapped after a period of time. Both of these techniques will transfer your short-term memory to long-term memory. Tip number 3, practice past papers. Practice is where all your hard work gels together. You wouldn't expect a footballer to play in a cup final without practice prior to a match day, would you? So why would you expect a student taking their GCSE exam to be any different? One of the best ways to prepare for the GCSE exam is by practicing past papers over and over. But beware, this is only useful if you practice it under time and exam conditions. This achieves three things. Number one, familiarity with question types. By doing past papers, you get a feel for the style of questions that are likely to appear in the exam and what the examiner is looking for. 2. Familiarity with time pressure. Doing past papers under time condition will train you to manage your time effectively. You should aim to complete each paper roughly in the same amount of time that you will have in the actual exam. The more your practice session mirrors what you will actually face on the day, the more you will reap the rewards of the training, including the ability to handle pressure and reduce anxiety. Third, familiarity with concepts. Understanding a concept at the first instant isn't enough. You need to apply that knowledge through regular practice to ensure that it sticks. On the topics that you find difficult, aim to complete more questions than usual. So the more you practice, the more your brain will recognize patterns in question, which helps you respond quickly and accurately in the exam. Practice different types of questions. Practice them under time conditions, and practice with past papers. Doing so consistently over time is what separates the grade 9 students from the rest. Tip number 4, review and reflect. During my previous tip, I may have tried to emphasize the point that practice makes perfect, but actually it is good practice makes perfect. And in order to make your practice good, you have to kind of play detective a little bit, uncover where you made a mistake, understand why you made that mistake, and then make small adjustments each time so that you are continuing on a path of repeatedly doing the correct thing. And here is how you do those small adjustments. Number 1, identify the weakness. As you work through the past papers, note the areas where you're making mistakes. This serves as an indicator of what topics you need to revisit in much more detail. Don't forget to also mark your answers afterwards using the mark schemes or solutions to better understand what you could have done better. And then, adapt your plan. If a particular subject takes longer than expected, feel free to adjust your study plan accordingly. It is better to be flexibly allocating more time towards harder topics than to stick rigidly to your timetable and just rush through difficult sections just for the sake of being on schedule. 3, ask for help. If you're consistently struggling with a topic and you've already spent a lot of time on it, don't hesitate to ask your teachers or tutors for help. Sometimes, all it takes is somebody offering you a slightly different explanation or point of view, and that could make a whole world of difference and save you those precious time and energy. So you see, constant reflection helps you stay laser focused on your weaker areas to ensure that you use your time and resources efficiently and strategically. Look at each mistake as a stepping stone. And to get things right, like refining a recipe after a taste test, each adjustment will make you better, smarter, and more prepared. My 5th and final tip is stay positive and strike balance. Your body, your brain, your mindset, these are all part of your body that you need to look after in order to be in good shape for the exams. If you are physically exhausted, mentally stressed, and not eating properly to give the brain the fuel that it needs, you could spiral into working for consecutive hours without break, rendering your session counterproductive. Your brain is a muscle, so it can only focus effectively for so long before it starts to tired. Which is why it's crucial to strike balance in your study sessions and give yourself short breaks and look after yourself. Here's how you can do it. Number 1, use the 50-10 rule. Study for 50 minutes and then take a 10-minute break, and then repeat. After 3 cycles, take a longer 20-minute break. This method keeps your brain sharp and helps you maintain concentration once you resume your revision session. 2, stay healthy. That means incorporating physical activity into your daily routine. Drink lots of water, eat a healthy diet. Your body and mind needs its fuel in order to boost your concentration and for you to maintain a good mood for studying. 3, 8 hours sleep. This is a non-negotiable. Certainly at my case when I was studying. While cramming may seem tempting, a lack of sleep harms your ability to retain what you've learned and perform well in the exams. It also forces you to maintain discipline, knowing that any time you waste during the day could not be clawed back later on when you work extra late into the evening. 4. Positive influence. Surround yourself with positive influence, friends, family, or even just videos or quotes that keeps you motivated. Remind yourself of past success. Say, if you've ever done well in an assignment, if you ever score high in a mock exam, tell yourself that you can do it again in the actual exam. Try visualization techniques such as imagining yourself walking into an exam room, staying calm, smile on your face, and confidently acing every question on the exam question. That proved to be a powerful tool when I was taking my exam. So, remember, regular breaks, staying healthy, sufficient sleep, positive influence will keep the burnout away and maximize your cognitive function throughout this long exam and revision season. At the end, what good is it acing an exam if it comes at the cost of your well-being? If you found this video to be useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel where we give tutees like you the insider knowledge that you need to get ahead at school and helping you get the best grades possible. Together, we will help you thrive to reach your academic goals. If you'd like to improve your GCSE performance, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me or with our team of professionals. The contact information is on your screen right now. I'm Dickson from the Profs. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the very best of luck with your studies.